in because you're amazing. And just begin to settle in. Let your shoulders drop down away from your ears. Maybe allow your jaw to relax, your forehead to soften. Today's practice is a practice of connecting with the elements, an elemental yin yoga practice today. So we'll be connecting with the elements of traditional Chinese medicine, of wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. And we'll begin the practice with just a brief meditation to really ground here and set the intention to embody these elements. Throughout today's practice, we'll be incorporating some of the meridians that we'll be accessing, drawing awareness to these meridians and their functions and how they correlate with these elements. So those will be scattered throughout our practice. We'll also be using some affirmations to connect to each of these elements. Feel free to use what aligns with you and leave what doesn't. So as we begin to ground in here, connecting with the element of the earth, with stability and support. The element of wood, envisioning growth and renewal. The element of fire, warmth, and brightness radiating from our heart. The element of metal, embracing clarity and purity within our breath. And the element of water, your sense of fluidity in the depth of our being. Taking a moment here to just feel into those elements. Maybe noticing with curiosity, no judgment here, what has resonated with you. Maybe something has piqued your interest. If you'd like to set an intention for your practice, you can do so, or invite one to arise throughout your practice today. And when you're ready, we'll meet in tabletop. Maybe using a blanket to cushion for your knees if you have any knee sensitivity like me. Folding the mat over and finding tabletop, knees underneath the hips, wrists stacked under the shoulders, tops of the feet to the earth, And palms of the hands pressing into the earth, beginning with a nice neutral spine here. Gaze between the hands. On the inhale, we'll move into cat-cows. So belly drops. Inhale, gaze comes up. Tailbone rises skyward. Exhale, pressing through the palms into the earth. Round the spine, tuck the tailbone. Gaze comes towards the navel. Inhale, dropping the belly, coming into cow. Gaze comes forward, nice and slow. Just using this posture, this time here to really feel into this at your own pace. Feel into your body. Check in with any spaces that may feel a little sticky. Any sensations that may begin to arise. And the start of our connection really with our breath here and our movement. Feel free to take these into atypical movements, maybe isolating the hips or creating a figure eight. Just connecting our breath with our movement here. So maybe if we're sending the hips back on the exhale and coming forward on the inhale. And come back to the neutral spine. Moving into dragon on the right side. Step or walk the right foot forward to meet the hands. And you can stay here or maybe use blocks if you'd like to have a little more support here. Maybe bringing one block to the outside of the right foot, one block to the inside. Finding wherever you'd like to be and then deepening into this lunge a little. Finding that place where you feel your edge and then backing off a little so you can find some stillness. This is the element of wood. This posture connects with the element of wood, and we access our liver and our gallbladder meridians here. This seeks to bring balance and harmony to our bodies. And our affirmation here, if you would like to use one, is I embrace the strength and flexibility of wood. I embrace the strength and flexibility of wood. 5 more breaths here. Exhale, sending the hips back, right toes pointed towards the front of the room. Just a gentle half split, little release here. We're moving into the opposite side. So stepping or walking that right foot back to meet the left. And then coming back through tabletop. And stepping or walking the left foot forward to meet the hands. Find where the alignment feels right to you on this side. Maybe different than the right side. You may want to use props in a different way or not use them at all. Totally up to you. Beginning to reconnect with the breath here. See if you can find an even inhale and exhale. Notice if the breath becomes a little labored, a little forced, or tense, maybe. Sometimes our breath is a cue to us or a message that our body is sending us to maybe back out of the pose a little. See if you can find a nice space to be in where the breath can feel smooth and gentle. And the goal here is not to go as far into this as you can. We're finding our edge and then backing off just a little, maybe about 70% or so. 70% effort is a good place to start. And do what feels right to you. 3 more breaths. Exhale, sending the hips back. Gentle release here. Stepping or walking that left foot back. We'll bring the big toes together and knees width of the mat. Sending the hips back for a wide leg child's pose. Giving ourselves some space to rest here, to be held by the earth. Letting go of any shape or pattern of your breath that you've created. Just allow it to settle here, to be. Gaze comes up towards the hands. We'll slowly make our way to our bellies. Coming into Sphinx pose. Elbows stacked under the shoulders. Our legs come out long. Hips resting on the earth here. Forearms pressing into the earth and really rising up out of the earth. Drawing the shoulder blades together. Gaze can come down between the hands, or maybe letting the head hang heavy, or bringing the forehead to one of your blocks. Find whatever variation feels good to you. Here we are connecting with the element of fire. Our heart and small intestine meridians, which help us to find emotional well-being and mental clarity. Our affirmation here: my heart is a flame of love and compassion. My heart is a flame of love and compassion. So as we draw our shoulder blades together and open our heart center, connecting with this energy, with this flame, thinking about love and compassion for ourselves throughout our practice, for others throughout our day. Release any props, bringing the forearms to the front of the mat and just resting your forehead for a moment, slowly lowering down. Reach the left arm out in front and gently press from the earth, coming into thread the needle from Sphinx, threading that right arm through and coming to rest on the right shoulder. You can place a block under your head if you'd like, if that feels better to your neck. Here we are taking a moment to just breathe into the release of our shoulders, to let go of any tension, anything that may be stored there from our day. Maybe we sat at a computer where we were stuck in annoying traffic. Anything that's weighing heavy on you. Draw the left hinge of the left shoulder, gently unwinding, coming back through center before moving to the other side. Take a couple of breaths here. Reaching the right arm out, pressing into the earth, feeding the left arm through and resting on that left shoulder now. Breathing into the space of the left shoulder blade. Inviting a gentle release. And draw the right hand under the right shoulder, pressing into the earth, unwinding. Come back through center for a moment. Both hands under the shoulders, gently pressing back. Move into melting heart. So from tabletop, I find it more comfortable to use blocks for my elbows, but feel free to do what feels right to you. Placing your elbows on the blocks or on the earth, allowing the chest to move through the shoulders and come towards the earth. Hips stacked over the knees, tops of the feet pressed into the mat. You can also opt to take child's pose here if you'd like, or any other posture that feels good to you. This can be a little intense sometimes, so feel into what feels right for your body in this moment. Here we are connecting with the element of metal, our lung and our large intestine meridians, focusing on our breath, our awareness, inviting release, purification. Our affirmation here is, I embrace the purity of my breath. I embrace the purity of my breath. Three more breaths. Gently release in whatever way feels intuitive to you, very mindfully here. Maybe sitting back on the knees and shaking the arms out a little. Maybe doing some shoulder shrugs or rolling the shoulders back and then forward. And just a gentle toe squat here. So tucking the toes under, maybe placing the hands on the earth in front of you, or even onto blocks if you would like. And just sending the hips back, finding where you feel sensation in the toes and the bottoms and the soles of the feet. Finding a space where you feel sensation but not pain, where you can breathe. You won't be in this toe squat too long. And release. Maybe tap the tops of the feet out on the mat a little. If you got any anger in you, maybe do it a little harder. And either sitting back on your knees or sitting in Sukhasana, whatever feels good to you. Just do a little gentle neck stretch here. So, finding some length in your spine and just maybe rolling the shoulders back, dropping the shoulder blades down the back. And drop the chin to the chest. Maybe on the inhale, gently bring the left ear to the left shoulder. Exhale, coming back through center. Inhale, rolling the right ear to the right shoulder. Exhale, back through center. And to the left. And this time coming all the way up. Exhale, coming down the right side. Inhale, coming back up through the right side, all the way around. Exhale, chin to chest. And inhale, coming back to the neutral spine, drawing the crown up skyward. Taking your right hand, placing it on the left temple or on the left side of the head, and not pulling, but just gently drawing that right ear to the right shoulder. Chin up a little. And drawing the left shoulder down a little here. And release, coming back through center. Opposite side, left hand to the right side. Gently draw the left ear to the left shoulder. Drop the right shoulder down. Chin slightly tilts upward. Release. Coming back through center, moving into square pose or fire log. Our shins are already pretty much stacked here, but we're going to place the right ankle over the left knee, coming into a somewhat parallel position with the legs. You can place a block underneath that right knee, closing that gap a little if you'd like, and finding length in the spine, taking a couple breaths here. And an invitation here to maybe walk the hands out a little or leave them resting on your legs and just leaning forward slightly, bowing the head. Here we are connecting with the element of earth and accessing our spleen and our stomach meridians. Here we are in a grounding posture, and accessing these meridians can help with digestive balance. So, finding some purification here with our breath, thinking about our stomach holds a lot of tension sometimes. And also thinking about grounding through our root here. It's a strong, supportive posture. Our affirmation here: I am grounded like the earth beneath me. I am grounded like the earth beneath me. Gently walk the hands back, unwind, maybe bringing the legs out in the front and giving them a little release. Moving into the opposite side. So drawing the right shin parallel to the mat and stacking the left ankle on top of the right knee. Placing blanket, block, whatever feels good to you for support. And drop the shoulders down away from the ears and find some length in the spine on the inhale. Couple of rounds of breath here. And if you'd like to walk the hands out, you can, or let the head hang heavy in the spine, round here. See if you can reconnect with that even inhale and exhale wherever you are. Walk the hands back. And then the mind. Shake the legs out a little. And draw the soles of the feet together for butterfly. Again, if you'd like to use blocks under your knees or your thighs for support, you can. And just feeling into this space as maybe a bowl, your reservoir. We're connecting to water here, the element of water. So, thinking of this space as a reservoir of your vital energy. Our affirmation here is I'm tapping into my vital reservoir of wisdom. I'm tapping into my vital reservoir of wisdom. And if you'd like to walk the hands out here as well, you can. Maybe drawing the gaze inward towards the navel, gazing at this space of wisdom within you. Connecting with your fluidity, your life force, energy. We're also connecting with the kidney and bladder meridian. That's where our fluidity comes from. And walk the hands back, bringing the head up left. Gentle pause at the top here. And mindfully make your way to laying on your back. Knees bent, feet hip distance apart. Just a gentle windshield wiper with the knees back and forth here, side to side. Releasing our lower back, feeling into our hips. And then when you come to the right side next, letting the knees fall to the right, maybe shifting the hips a little to the left, just for ease of alignment. You can place a block between the thighs as well, between the knees. Bring the arms out to a T. Gaze comes over the left fingertips. Allow the breath to rest here. To begin to wind down in our practice. Inhale, draw the knees up through center, gently unwinding, maybe pulling the knees in towards the chest, rocking side to side or taking a brief happy baby, reaching through and grabbing onto the shins or the outsides of the feet. And dropping the feet back down, knees bent, moving into the left side. So making any adjustments to the hips, letting the knees fall to the left, arms out to a T, gaze over the right fingertip. Inhale, draw the knees back up to your center. Release any props. Coming into your final Shavasana, final posture. Bring the legs out long. Maybe take a big stretch before you settle in, reaching all the way from the fingertips to the toes. And letting the feet fall open, arms at your sides. Take up some space on your mat. Practicing non-judgment, letting go of any stories about your practice today. And allowing yourself to rest here, to feel into the balance and harmony that you've cultivated through your practice. Letting the breath rest in the body, settle. Feeling supported and held by the earth. Feel the fingers and toes. Slowly coming into a seated position, facing the front of the room. Taking a deep inhale in through the nose. Exhale, sigh it all out. Placing the hands over the heart center. Connecting with a space of gratitude for yourself, for creating this container for you to connect and balance, to unwind, to rest. to come into harmony, peace. Thank you so much for joining me for the practice of Yin Yoga today and connecting with the elements and learning a little bit about the meridians and creating space for yourself to come together in community and support each other on our journeys. It is my greatest wish that you carry the benefit of this evening's practice with you through the rest of your night, your week, and beyond. Satnam, may you be love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for coming.